Imagine being trapped in a world with no internet, no backup, no second chances, where every decision decides whether you survive or lose everything. Yo, what's up, survivors? It's Sam, the offline uncle. And today, I found the top 10 best survival offline games for Android and iOS in 2026 that are seriously addictive. We're talking about zombie survival, open world exploration, crafting and looting, base building, hardcore survival gameplay. And trust me, these are not those fake survival games that become boring after 5 minutes. So before we begin, subscribe right now because Sam, the offline uncle, helps you discover the best mobile games before everyone else. Now, gear up, survivors, and let's jump straight into the list. Every survival journey has to start somewhere, and for us, it starts here. Imagine finding yourself in a world where danger could be waiting around every corner. That's exactly what the Outlands 2 feels like. As you explore its massive map, you'll be searching for resources, looting supplies, and trying to stay alive while zombies roam the world around you. What makes this game stand out is that even though it supports both online and offline play, you can enjoy a huge part of the experience completely offline. And while its blocky art style may seem simple at first, the survival gameplay can be surprisingly addictive. But don't get too comfortable. Our journey is only getting started. Let's move on to number 9. After surviving the wilderness, it's time to build something worth protecting. In City of Survivors, you're not just trying to stay alive, you're trying to rebuild civilization. Starting with a small settlement, you'll gather survivors, expand your base, and slowly turn a struggling camp into a thriving community. But survival isn't a one-man job. Every survivor brings unique skills to the table, and choosing the right people can mean the difference between growth and collapse. As your settlement grows, so do the challenges, forcing you to think carefully about every decision. Because in a broken world, surviving is impressive, but building a future is even harder. Let's continue our journey with number 8. Fast combat, challenging bosses, insane abilities, and one of the cleanest control systems I've seen on mobile. This is Nova Slash. I've been playing it myself recently, and honestly, what surprised me the most was how smooth and immersive the combat feels once you get used to the controls. One thing that immediately makes Nova Slash stand out is its swipe-based combat system. Most mobile action games fill half the screen with buttons, but Nova Slash keeps the screen clean, letting you focus on the action instead of the UI. You'll be chaining fast combos, unlocking powerful cosmic abilities, fighting through waves of enemies, exploring different locations, and taking on some genuinely challenging boss battles. Different enemies require different strategies too, so combat stays fresh and engaging. Another thing I appreciated is that the game doesn't waste your time. No unnecessary filler, no long menus, just jump in and start playing. The game also features character customization, upgrades, gear progression, and different builds that can completely change your playstyle. Personally, I really enjoyed playing Nova Slash, and I have to give credit to the developer here. It's clear a lot of effort has gone into making the combat feel responsive, satisfying, and easy to pick up while still being challenging to master. The game is around 1 GB in size and supports both online and offline gameplay. If you're looking for a stylish sci-fi hack and slash game with smooth controls and intense action, check out Nova Slash. The download link is in the description and pinned comment below. Just when it felt like we were finally rebuilding, the hordes arrived. In Zombie War: New World, survival isn't about finding food or building a shelter. It's about escaping alive. Dropped into zombie-infested locations, you'll fight your way through massive hordes alongside your team, searching for a way out before it's too late. The game has come a long way since its earlier versions. The visuals feel much more polished, the maps are bigger, and the action is far more intense. With plenty of weapons to unlock and different areas to explore, every run feels like a desperate battle for survival. What surprised me most is how underrated this game still is. It rarely gets talked about, yet it delivers the kind of zombie experience many bigger games struggle to achieve. But escaping one nightmare doesn't mean the danger is over. Our survival journey continues with number 7. By now, we'd learned that zombies weren't the only thing to fear. In Extra Lives, the world has completely fallen apart. Zombies are everywhere, but surviving them is only half the battle. Human survivors can be just as dangerous, turning every encounter into a gamble you might not walk away from. The game's simple 2D style hides just how brutal it can be. The fights are chaotic, the kills can be surprisingly violent, and danger seems to be waiting in every location you visit. As you continue surviving, the world becomes even harsher, forcing you to fight harder for every extra day you stay alive. And that's what makes Extra Lives so addictive. You never know what kind of disaster is waiting around the corner. But trust me, our survival journey is about to get even more intense at number 6. Just when we thought zombies were the biggest threat on Earth, we stepped into a world ruled by dinosaurs. Jurassic Survival Island feels like one of the closest mobile alternatives to Ark Survival evolved. Stranded in a prehistoric world, your goal is simple: survive. But that's easier said than done when giant dinosaurs and other ancient creatures roam the land. As you explore the massive map, you'll gather resources, craft weapons, build your own shelter, and slowly grow stronger. And if fighting dinosaurs isn't enough, you can even tame some of them and turn them into powerful companions for your journey. Every step into the wilderness feels dangerous, making survival both exciting and rewarding. But our journey through this unforgiving world is far from over, because number 5 raises the stakes even higher. After surviving zombies, raiders, and even dinosaurs, we finally found ourselves completely alone. For a game that's only around 127 megabytes, Marooned delivers an incredible survival experience. Stranded in the wilderness with nothing but your instincts, you'll spend your days gathering resources, crafting tools, hunting for food, and figuring out how to stay alive. There are no zombies chasing you and no giant monsters waiting around the corner. The real challenge is nature itself. Managing hunger, exploring new areas, and making smart decisions become the key to survival. The game may look simple at first, but don't let that fool you. Once you start playing, it's surprisingly addictive and hard to put down. But being alone isn't always the greatest danger, because number 4 is about to test survival in a completely different way. After everything we'd survived, fate had one more surprise waiting for us: a plane crash. In Casting Away Survival, your plane crashes, leaving you stranded on a deserted island with nobody around to help. For the first time in our journey, survival isn't about fighting enemies. It's about building a new life from nothing. You'll spend your days fishing, collecting resources, building a shelter, and even creating your own farm. There are plenty of different fish to catch, and every upgrade makes surviving a little easier. What makes this game special is the atmosphere. The sound design is incredibly satisfying, making the island feel peaceful, alive, and surprisingly relaxing to explore. But our survival journey isn't over yet, because number 3 is where things start getting serious again. The deeper our journey went, the darker the world became. In Niflheim, Viking survival RPG, survival isn't just about staying alive. It's about proving yourself in a harsh Viking world. From the moment you begin, you'll be exploring dangerous lands, gathering resources, crafting equipment, and taking on mission after mission as you fight to survive. What really makes this game stand out is its atmosphere. The dark environments, mysterious world, and Viking-inspired setting make every adventure feel memorable. And thanks to its smooth gameplay, exploring and progressing through the game feels incredibly satisfying. There's always something to do, always a new goal to chase, and that's what kept pulling me back into the game. But our journey through the wild isn't finished yet, because number 2 is one of the most unforgettable survival experiences on this list. Just when we thought we'd seen every kind of survival challenge, we entered a world with endless possibilities. Don't let the tiny file size fool you. Survival RPG Open World Pixel packs a surprisingly huge adventure into a lightweight game. Featuring a classic pixel art style, the world feels simple at first, but the deeper you explore, the bigger it becomes. One of the coolest parts is that the map can generate as you explore, giving it a sandbox-like feeling similar to Minecraft. You'll gather resources, craft all kinds of items, battle monsters, encounter wild animals, and adapt to changing weather conditions while trying to survive. There's always a new area to discover, and another challenge waiting beyond the horizon. For such a small game, it delivers an impressively large survival experience. And now, we've finally reached the game that takes the #1 spot on our survival journey. Our journey began with surviving the wild, but it ends in the middle of a full-scale apocalypse. In Total Assault, you're never fighting alone. As you push through dangerous missions, a team of AI teammates fights right alongside you, helping you take on massive hordes of zombies and survive against impossible odds. With plenty of weapons to unlock, different locations to battle through, and missions that keep getting tougher, the game constantly keeps you engaged. But zombies aren't the only danger you'll face. Hostile survivors are out there too, turning every mission into a fight for survival. The gameplay feels smooth, the action is intense, and the challenge makes every victory satisfying. After everything we've experienced on this journey, Total Assault earns the #1 spot on today's list. And that's it for today's list of the best survival offline games for Android and iOS in 2026. If you haven't already, don't forget to check out Novaslash, today's sponsored game. The download link is waiting for you in the description and pinned comment. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe because this is Sam, the offline uncle, helping you find the best mobile games every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!